What up, YouTube? The ultimate battle begins. It's your boys, Detroit Love, P-Dubs Arcade Loft, Michael B. the Game Genie, and Nostalgia with another episode of the Super Game Room Dudes Friday night just got live.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Friday to one and all. It is time once again to strap on your silly hat, jump in the fun zone, because the Super Game Room dudes are here. Welcome to Friday night. With, as always, is my co-host Detroit Love with yet again another amazing intro. And tonight, unfortunately, Nostalgia and P-Dubs are not back yet, but we had to go out and find some people to replace them. So I found my two other brothers in the Big Blue crew. I have with us Galaga Guy 88, and of course, Home Arcade's Sexiest Man 2021, 19K Fox. Welcome to the show.
Runner up. I wasn't quite. I didn't make it all the way, but it was a close second. Thanks for having us, guys.
Yeah, Fox. I was a little bit nervous about bringing back too many familiar names. Like, I wanted to get some other people out there, but it just felt right tonight to have you on. Like, you know what I mean? You've been on so many shows with me, so many times. You've been on Super Game Room Dudes. We've been trying to focus on bringing on different people, but just felt like the time was right, man. It felt like the world needed hope.
If loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right.
And Galaga Guy, thank you very much. I know it's going to be double duty for you tonight, late night, because right after Super Game Room Dudes every week, we have Gaming Happy Hour with Galaga Guy, and most of the time, Burger Time Babe. You're in tonight. This is one of the few times that we're not going to run over you, because we can. We're here.
I mean, you can keep going, but I may just not be here.
Yeah, it's okay.
No.
So how was
appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, you're welcome, man. How was everybody's
Michael
week?
B.
Carol, we'll start with
Michael
you.
B. It sounds like you are at Arby's with your internet there, so we'll keep an ear on that. You keep going in and out.
Oh, do I?
B-
Hold on here now.
He was
Yeah.
asking you if you wanted fries with that, Carl.
Yes, and a chocolate
Make it
shake.
a large.
Our internet has been the absolute.
Oh, he's
guys.
gone.
Am I
Yeah.
really?
That was my
Yeah.
headphones. Oh wait,
No.
no, you're kind of back.
Yeah, you're like a Max Headroom.
Carl, we'll have to have you lead the show tonight, and I'll try to do my best.
All right, well, but man, the weather's been crazy here. Today was like 0 degrees. I think we moved up to 8 degrees now, and tomorrow it's supposed to be 4 degrees warmer. So, it's been frigid here in Metro Detroit. So I didn't go anywhere today, and don't plan to go anywhere tomorrow because we have this all weekend. But man, it's been great. I've been hanging around and playing my Dreamcast and those Atomic Ware. I think
Thomas Wave.
Atomic Wave. Been checking out some of those games on Dream.
Excellent.
Man, it's just amazing how crisp the graphics look on this thing on a 55-inch TV. It's like what? Why didn't I have this thing years ago, man? I'm loving that Dreamcast, man. Moat was on here last week. He told me to get this Striker DC, the wireless handheld. That thing feels beautiful in the hand. So I am loving it. So
Carl,
that's been
that was
my
like
week.
4 weeks ago, brother.
No. Mm-mm.
He's
Yeah.
also a heavy
No.
drinker, Mike.
Well, no, I talked to him the other day. He told me to get the Striker. I got it. I finally got it. It came yesterday. That thing is beautiful.
Awesome.
Makes a difference.
Awesome. So what's new with you, 19K Fox? Anything new in the foxhole?
Yeah, I was gonna go actually today and pick up a donor cab for another project. The Gran Turismo project is gonna take form and be based on an actual arcade cabinet this time. Unfortunately, because of the White Death, I canceled it and pushed it 2 weeks. I live in the Cincinnati area, so every time they predict massive storms, massive snow, we'll get nothing. And then randomly we'll get 1.5 feet of snow. So I have no idea. So I thought I'd err on the side of caution and not do that. So nothing new as of yet. Well, I mean, I'm working on the comics. If I can pick this damn thing up. I just got my Ninja Turtles Compendium Volume 1.
Nice.
This thing is massive.
Wow.
So I'm working on the comics section of the arcade, but as far as arcades themselves go, nothing yet. I'm kind of saving up. I did go ahead and pull the trigger on the Raiden though. So that is pre-ordered, and so I hope I can get my hands on that first and get some reviews out there.
Wow, that's such a weird coincidence. 19K Fox involved in a Unico purchase.
Things have happened, but not very often, no.
What about you, Sheldon? I think you're actually out of room there now in your arcade, aren't you?
I'm getting there. I have to be more. Everything that comes in here now has to be something I really want because I'm getting out of room here. But as far as my week went, I had some friends over last weekend, came down and played in the arcade, and had Monday off for Martin Luther King Day, and then the rest of my week kind of sucked because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you get the day off and you're like, oh, this is great, but then it throws everything off for the rest of the week, and you're trying to catch up from that day that you missed. So it's been a little crazy, but I did get my X Arcade haptics kit yesterday, so tomorrow I plan on putting that together and hopefully getting it up and working. So that's
Got
my
mine
plan for
too.
tomorrow.
Mine came
Yeah,
yesterday.
there you
too.
go.
There you go.
Yeah,
Yep,
a lot of
so-
happy people. And I'm happy, man. Like, people can finally experience what this is like. I've been fortunate. They sent me out one of the review units that came from Pinball Expo, so I've been able to experience for a while. But I'm just waiting now for people to realize, like, what I said in my video that I did on it. It's the truth, man. Like, this thing is going to blow your mind. Like, seriously. It
Well,
doesn't have
can't
the
wait.
same depth as the AtGames Legends Pinball surround sound feedback
Right.
kit, just because the machine is longer and the distance of the speakers. But man, it's impressive.
So today we're happy, and tomorrow we'll be haptic. Let's do it.
I see what you did there. Very nice.
I'm so blown away by this storm. I was talking to somebody earlier. They told me they were already at negative 17 degrees Celsius. Now, just keep in mind that 0 degrees is freezing in Canada, right? So negative 17 degrees Celsius with it going down as low as negative 50 in their area tonight, which is going to be the coldest place in North America. So it's just wild what's going on with the weather, man. Just absolutely crazy.
Yeah, I'm glad I don't live in Canada.
Shut up, 90K Fox.
or I think the new name will be Northern Dakota once we bring you into the fold.
It begins. It begins. Anyways, guys, Carl, do you want to say hello to the people in the chat tonight? If I'm still going in and out, or if I'm good, I can do it.
You sound perfectly fine all of a sudden.
All right, perfect. So we've got Amiga Cami here. It's always good to see Amiga Cami. MG, AKMG. Thanks for clearing that up, MG. I wasn't 100% sure. We've got Nooner, Chris NX, NW. Pretty excited about those Seattle Seahawks and their chances on winning the Super Bowl this year. Sand Spirits. Who else do we got here? 19K Fox says, "What's up, chat?" Surprised you didn't send me a picture of Michaelia Demeter. Con Ellis here. Billy Woods Mod, Steps Turbo, Bobby ALU. Jason Little Alien, Steve Sale, Jeremy K, 6456, Mike Hawk Hertz, Moist Soda, that's an interesting name, John Fritz, Tim York, Dr. Torque, Israel Gaming is here, Al Evickman, who did the awesome artwork of us for our logo that P-Dubs keeps trying to change because he's a jerk. We've also got Retro Lab Rat, The Fist of Love, Etherp, John J, AJ Jetspec, Zero Cool, J Rod. Want to make sure I get everybody. Orion's Dreams, Bill's Retro Gaming Show. Bill has a show now, and apparently it's in season 2. We've got Ritual Dello, aka Rotundo. Brooklyn Menace is here. Always good to see you, Brooklyn. JJ is here for the show. Billy Woods Mods, Thumper Squid, who I think I said earlier, maybe not. XKGE 82, 720 Eric, DJ Beat Reviews, JT Brunick, who's an absolute killer in Walkabout Mini Golf. We got Shogecko, Calvin Wong. Who else? Want to make sure I don't miss anybody. Leo, I think I said. My thing jumped then when I did that. T Slayer is here. Jim Harper. Stock Jock is here. Always a pleasure. Conti Dinda. The Real Zim. Good to see you, my man. B Kirby, the Chicago arcade guy. I think we're getting close now. Jim, the Pacers fan. A lot of the same people saying hello to each other. Meatball Saucy's here. Meatball had to bail out because he didn't want to be bummed out because we are going to be talking about Shilo, and it's impossible not to talk about this and be a little emotional. So I understand, Meatball, but if you've ever watched the show before, we don't try to take people down in the dumps. It's going to be a very positive experience. And Brooklyn Menace, clinking the glasses together. Now we're ready to rock and roll. Thank you all so much for being here tonight. Do you guys want to start there and just kind of talk about what we found out this past week about the passing of Shilo, New Wave Toys? I know, Carl, you put up a really nice post in the New Wave Toys replica fan page, a picture of you and Shilo together. See if I can just bring that up for everybody now. I wish I had it ready.
So while you're pulling it up, I just want to say a Fist of Love is in the house. And Console Kids, what up? I saw you out there. But Fist of Love, he won the Zotar that I raffled off. So
nice.
Nice. Yeah, so that was pretty cool. So he's been enjoying that. But yeah, man, Shilo, man, incredible guy. He signed my Coca-Cola machine. So that is pretty cool. But yeah, he is definitely going to be missed, man. That guy would give you his shirt off his back, you know what I mean? Just a heck of a guy. Most of us met him for the first time down in Cleveland a couple of years back. And everybody that came in contact with him, regardless who they were, he treated them as if they were his best buds for life. You know what I mean? And so he didn't put himself on a pedestal or nobody on a pedestal. Everybody was equally cool dudes if you was cool. And we just had a great time. We spent quite a bit of weekend at the show, at the house, at the restaurants. It was a great time, and the guy is really cool. He's definitely going to be missed. I want to say when I first got exposed to New Wave Toys. I didn't know who they were at the time. They had a Kickstarter, and the um I wanted to get the little power bank that looks like a cassette player from the 80s. You know what I mean? And I said, who makes this thing? Is some cool stuff. And every time it just kept popping up more and more cool stuff. So great guy, man. Going to be missed for sure.
100%. Fox, you spent a lot of time with Shilo as well. Like we got such a great experience with Shilo. A lot of people met him in Cleveland, but he was so excited about getting a chance to meet all of us. He took us out to dinner afterwards, and then came back to our place. We got to party with him a bunch. What were your thoughts on Shilo, like when you met him in person?
I had a couple posts on Facebook in the groups. I've said this a couple times. He was just the coolest guy to meet, like the coolest guy ever. Instantly made you feel like you had been friends for years. Yeah. Like, hey, how's it going? And just interested in what you're talking about, interested in what you have to say, excited to talk about stuff. Just one of the most personable people I've ever met. And I only met him once. We spent some time together. It was immediately like, come on, let's go. Throw your arm around you and just let's talk about games. He was always so excited about it. He was just genuinely loving what he was doing. And that's something that I think we all would just hope that we could achieve someday. Life of the party. He was bigger than his height. He just was just,
and that's saying something because he was like 6'7".
The guy was massive, but just a cool guy. Like, I mean, he just embodied it. No negativity, no ego, none of that. Just super cool, super laid back, interested in what you're talking about, interested in what you're saying, loving what he was doing. And it's just a damn shame to have that energy kind of snuffed out. But it's cool. It's awesome to think about what he put into motion, right? So somebody that's passionate about what they're doing, whatever it is, if you push, if you commit yourself to the purity of it, because I mean, the thought of this probably sounded silly to a lot of people that he was going to, maybe for looking for investors and all that. It's going to be like arcades, but really small. What? That makes no sense. But turned out to be something that everybody just loved because of the authenticity, his commitment to quality. It's just he's one of those forces of nature that is absolutely going to be missed. So it was a damn shame, but he lived a hell of a life, man. A lot of good things to say about him. And so I guess it ain't all that bad.
Yeah, it's one of those positive experiences where you meet somebody and they blow your expectations away. Just a really cool dude, really excited. One of the guys wants to be part of everything, which I think really came across whenever Shilo was like on camera somewhere, like on Super Game Room Dudes. He just wanted to be one of the guys. He wasn't like, a big wig throwing his dick around. And when you got to meet him, you could find out how genuine he was, how passionate he was about these arcades. And he wasn't just like this guy trying to make money off a concept. Like, it wasn't about that. Like, he actually literally cared about this stuff. Like, and he would talk to you about stuff and he'd be like, yeah, we're going to be doing these BMX bikes. And I'd be like, it's a terrible idea. Yeah, well, I like them, so we're doing them.
Yeah, and you said the key word there, Michael. The guy is just genuine. He's just genuine about what he believes, how he feels, how he acts, how he interacts with you. There's no fakeness in it. It's just genuine, and that's rare. People put many faces on. When you go to work, you got one face on with friends, another face, and this guy he was just himself no matter where he was, and that's a tough thing to do because everybody can't be themselves.
Well, it helps when you're 6'7". You don't really got to pretend to be anything for anybody, right?
You just say yes, sir. Of all the corporate types we always run into, trying to fake it or trying to pretend or trying to sell us something, he was just a breath of fresh air, man. He really was.
Gallagher guy, you were in Cleveland, right?
Yeah, I was there. I got to meet Shilo very briefly, but even from a distance, I could tell, he was the life of the party when it came to you guys. And I said this on Arcades Anonymous too, but I got to hang out with the booth a lot during that time. In Cleveland, I probably hung on that booth more than any other booth that was there. And I always feel like you can kind of see how, someone who's either over a company or a boss, that they kind of reflects on their employees. And hung out with Eduardo a lot and them, and they could tell that they were very passionate about it and they loved what they were doing. And when I saw Shilo eat with you guys, and even whenever he said hello to me, I could tell he was very passionate about what he was doing. He was just a great guy. I mean, you couldn't miss him whenever he was there because it was like you saw him from halfway down because of how tall he was. But he just was such a great guy. I loved his products. I felt like he really was shooting to make them as authentic as possible because he just loved the machines themselves so much, and he's going to be greatly missed for sure.
100%. Like that experience of meeting him in Cleveland was just so special. Like I had never met him before, didn't even know what he looked like, right? So I'm walking into the convention and I see this giant of a man in like jeans, a leather vest, Motorhead shirt, walking up to me. He's like, "Oh, Michael B, so you don't like our cigarette machine, huh?" And I was like, "Whoa." So he was great about that. Like he really appreciated everybody making like the videos on YouTube, the time they put in. Like he went into detail about that, how much he appreciated people covering the products, whether they liked them, didn't like them. He appreciated the feedback. And that's like everybody used to say, man, like New Wave Toys seems to send their products out to everybody. And the reason for that wasn't that, they were trying to push a narrative or anything like that. They genuinely wanted the feedback, genuinely appreciated people's time they put into making reviews and covering people's products. That's why they sent them out. And they were always great about getting that feedback. If you had something, if you had something negative to say, unlike other companies who brand you as like a piece of shit if you don't just love everything they do, they would actually take that into consideration and be like, okay, well, let's work on this going forward, or can we fix it? They actually appreciated the feedback, which is something you don't see from a lot of companies. So it's greatly appreciated. Now, I didn't for my video, but I was lucky enough. B-Kong did send this along, and this is a video of us at the dinner, hanging out with Shilo, eating some wings, drinking some beverages. This was such a great time. My favorite moment of this was when Shilo looked at me and was like, "Do you ever put the fucking camera away?"
That's right.
Yeah, that's what I said, because people gave him shit for having a camera, but now we got this footage that we would have not had
now it's
otherwise,
priceless.
but it's priceless. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've watched this quite a few times over the course of the past week. It was just such a awesome time, such a special time. There's Matthew Lesser. The funniest thing was P-Dubs ran out of cigarettes, and I ran out of cigarettes at the dinner too. And Matthew Lesser was like, "I'll just go to the store and get you some," which was like an hour and a half walk away. He walked to the store and went and got us some.
Yeah, we were like, "Where did he go?" We thought he was like around the corner. He was gone forever.
Yeah. So it's been a week of reflecting and thinking about this shit now all this past week. So just, fun times. Look, the beardless console kits. You wouldn't see that now.
And Mike, you were saying about the, giving the product. And the reality is with these 1/6 scale things, if you've never held one in your hand, it just doesn't make sense to you. You know what I mean?
No.
You have to see it, you have to touch this thing, and that's why they go to these events like this, because once you touch it, once you see it, you're just blown away. It's like, this thing looks identical to the real thing. It's just small, and it's so cool. And you can actually put quarters in as they evolved them. They're just freaking amazing, man. These things are the coolest products.
I remember I was talking about Shilo, and Justin actually wrote on my video and wrote me afterwards talking about the night we went out. He was like, "Why did Shilo want to go to this place?" Because it was completely out in the middle of nowhere next to the train tracks. Like the train went by at 1 minute and everything. And he was like, "What did he want again?" And I was like, "Oh, he wanted pierogies." He asked the people at the convention, "Where's the best pierogies in Cleveland?" And this is why we went there. So, man, what a fun
food was good. The food was really good. Everything was good.
Really good. Really good. I made a very off-color joke there at one point. I'm going to take that down while this commercial
doesn't sound
runs.
like something you would say or do.
Because they said, "What kind of wings are you eating?" And did you go with the dry rub or the one with the sauce? And I said, "Well, I started out dry, and after a little rub, I got wet."
Well, that's what happens when you drink copious amounts of beer
and tequila and everything else that was on the go that night.
Oh, that's what that was? No idea.
Carl, you're showing off your dolls again for some reason.
Action figures, damn it.
I know you guys like to say action figures. Now, Miles Morales, he's an action figure, but the other guys, they are dolls. So, we can live with that.
Yeah. So Carl decided to honor Shilo by his secret shame with the dolls. So, anyways, Carl, I love this space. All joking aside.
And in all honesty, when I love the Pinball FX, right? What's it called? The VR. You got this cool place, and you got this arcade. You hear with all these pinball tables, but you're there by yourself. You know what I mean? And it drives me crazy. And to have this miniature arcade and not have people in it is sacrilege. You gotta have some people in the arcade. So call them what you want. Their life in the arcade, in this arcade's got to have people in it.
Well, this is definitely one of the most unique things you've been doing. I will tell you that.
It's scary as shit. Just say what it is. They've come to life and they're going to kill us.
I was getting a little creeped out there. I was like, what? How are they moving?
Yeah. So anyways, just to kind of tie this up, because I don't want to focus on this the whole show. Like, obviously, this really sucks, man. Like, Shilo was such a good person, good representative of the community, and it sucks that he's going to be gone. I know a lot of people, had some concerns. Glenn already tackled this, but I wanted to bring this up as well, because right under that post, there was a nice message there from Eduardo, shared some nice images from the Cleveland Gaming Classic, like meeting Glenn. There's him, Fox, P-Dubs, and myself and Shilo before we went out to that dinner. And, a lot of people have chimed in and talked about what's going on with New Wave toys going forward. And it seems like the intention is to keep the dream of Shiloh's alive. A lot of the people there in the business are coming back to work on it. A lot of people that have even left the business are involved again, like Peter from Wonderland Amusements is going to dig in. And I think the intention is to move everything forward. So, we'll see. They'll get back on track. Those products will come out, and, I anticipate the business continuing. And I'll still be a proud supporter of New Wave Toys with all the new products. And I'll think about Shilo every time they release one. So, we're going to miss you, big guy, but, thankfully your lineage and history and what you started will go on.
For sure. And give me my skee ball. I love
kicking myself for canceling my pinball now. Damn it. I had that pre-order for 3 years.
Jeez. Carl, you need some different action figures. You got to go out and get some retro ones. Like someone mentioned, like a Mr. T. I'm sure they made a Mr. T doll at some point, and get an Elvira. You need more stuff like that in there. Be a little less creepy.
That 12-inch size is kind of hard to find. Yeah.
Yeah. But what's wrong with Miles Morales? That's Spider-Man, man. What's wrong with you?
I don't want to talk about this.
It's the soulless eyes. That's what it is.
Go on, Mike. Go on.
So completely changing gears, I wanted to talk about something else, and I'm sure you guys have all had a chance to see this so far. But we actually got a very, very cool trailer for a new movie coming out in the new year. Masters of the Universe. Now, people are split on this for the stupidest reason, but this is the second time we've actually seen a Masters of the Universe movie. The first movie came out back in the 80s with Dolph Lundgren and Frank Langella, I think his name is, the guy who played Skeletor back then. Mm-hmm. Obviously, it didn't live up to expectations because they just didn't have the budget, didn't have the money to do what they were doing, but they still made a pretty good movie. But, I mean, what do you think of this trailer? Does it give you hope that the He-Man and the Masters of the Universe are going to be represented properly this time? What are your feelings on it? Let's start with you, Gallagher guy.
Yeah, I mean, I think it looks like a really cool trailer. It was before my time, the He-Man craze. So
he's a youngin', youngin'.
Oh yeah,
I keep forgetting.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah. Well, last time I was with Fox, he said he thought I was in my 20s, and I was like, "Thank you so much, Fox." But yeah, like this is definitely something I feel like could get a lot of people through in the door, kind of talking about He-Man, and maybe down the road, getting more involved with the whole lore of He-Man. So I think it looks cool. I think it'll bring a lot of people to the theater. It's the first movie I've been excited for in a long time. So It's awesome.
Just 1 second, guys. I want to pause this and address this. What's wrong with Miles Morales? I want to know. There's nothing wrong with Miles Morales. I didn't even realize it was Miles Morales, aka Spider-Man. Carl, that's a cool toy. I know you're a big Spider-Man guy, and Miles Morales is awesome.
It was the soulless eyes as they stood up and walked toward you.
I'm sorry. I am always going to say, regardless of what you got in there, the dolls are creepy to me. I like making fun of it.
It just reminds me of that Twilight Zone episode, where the puppet comes alive and kills the guy. Sorry.
Yeah. But what I was saying was some 80s inspired dolls and stuff like that would be more in tune with what you were doing before anybody tries to take things out of context.
The 80s style Barbie would be cool, just to have the one 80s style. But you already got the one Barbie, so yeah, I don't know what else you should have.
The only person I want to get that I haven't been able to get, and that's Back to the Future.
Marty McFly?
Marty.
Doc.
Yeah,
you want Doc Brown? Tell the truth.
No, he wants Marty McFly. That would be sick.
Gotta have Marty. So
well, they made a Hot Toys, but that's expensive. That's a couple $100.
Spider-Man was $300. So it's not like
is Spider-Man a Hot Toys?
It's a big toy. I forget who makes it.
Oh, Big Boy Toys. Yeah,
Big Boy Toys. Yeah.
Those are expensive. Yeah. Well, yeah, I think you had a Marty McFly in there, but I don't know. It's like what do you do at that size? It's hard to find something that's not super expensive.
Carl, I've got a Michael Myers doll. I'll send you, okay? And they send it to me with the Evil Dead.
We're going for less creepy,
thing.
less creepy. Not
and you guys don't have this issue as much as we do, but trying to find dolls with color is always a challenge.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But to get back on pace here, He-Man.
Let's bring the movie back up.
Grew up watching He-Man. Grew up Saturday morning cartoons was like religion. It's like you worked all in school all week, and you got to get in front of that TV on Saturday mornings and watch your cartoons. And Castle Grayskull, the whole crew, man. This was the movie. This was the cartoon. I'm sure I watched the movie years ago. Don't remember it much. But this is the first time seeing the trailer. Looks pretty cool. I definitely might check this out. I'm not a real big movies because I don't like going to the movies. And my wife loves horror flicks, and that's all she ever wants to go see. And I can't stand them.
You're the opposite of me.
Yeah, and see, my buddy, both the guys I used to go to movies with are no longer here, so I don't get to go to movies and see what I want to watch. So I will have to go almost see this by myself, which is not going to be fun.
MG says, skinny man, he's too small. I don't disagree with that. My wife said the same thing. A couple things I want to bring up. What do you think of the casting? So, you've got this new guy. I want to pause it right there because this is a lot of the controversy that.
I would love to address this.
It frustrates me. I gotta try to get it on the split second because it only comes.
Let's just cut right. Let's take that sword, the sword of power, and cut right to the heart of the matter. All right, the he, him.
So, I didn't even notice this. I didn't even
notice. What do you mean you didn't notice it? Oh my god!
I want to talk about this really quickly because I've been a victim of this recently in the opposite way, but I'm going to say this. So they made a joke here, and if you're not smart enough to realize this is a joke, him is another way of saying He-Man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I can't help you about your intellectual abilities, but the problem with the world is nowadays there's so many people out there that want to be mad, and it's extremists on both sides. You've got like the woke culture and the anti-woke culture, but it's only the extremists. Most moderate, normal people would either see that and be like, oh, that's a joke, or oh, I don't like that, and move on with their lives and look at the rest of it. You don't fixate on something so stupid as, oh, there's pronouns there, I automatically need to destroy everybody involved with this movie. But that's my piece. What do you think, Fox?
Go on. I'm sorry, Carl. Go
I was just saying, I hadn't even heard anything about what you're talking about, but as soon as I saw that, it's automatic. They're making a tie to He-Man. I mean, there's no question about it. There's no controversy necessary. It's plain as day. But if you don't know the cartoon, you don't know the series, then maybe it doesn't make sense to you.
I'm as anti-woke as they come. Right? I saw this, and I immediately laughed. It's the joke, guys. Like
He-Man.
like it's how do you make that sort of makes sense. You lean into some of this. You could call it woke culture or whatever, but I thought that was I thought it was immediately. I thought it was a joke. I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was a great little tie. And it's like, oh wait, boom, there we go, right off the bat. They're doing something subtle that yes, it's current generation, current.
They're modernizing it, but they're making,
modernized
tying
audiences.
it to the link.
But it ties into the name. So I thought this was hilarious. I thought this was great. Now, we haven't seen the movie yet. Maybe it's whatever, but I thought this was really funny. I thought that the one joke in the beginning where he's trying to take the sword out of the plastic statue, I thought that was kind of lame. I hope they don't do any of the Marvel jokes and just play it straight, because it looks great. It looks really good. Just sort of play it straight. No, I mean, a little lighthearted stuff here and there, but don't undercut everything with a stupid ass joke. Just let it be just kind of badass, kind of cool, kind of Conan the Barbarian, right? I mean, because it looks great. I think it looks really good. Idris Elba is Man at Arms. Come on, that's just brilliant casting.
Yeah, that is a good casting. There's nobody in Hollywood right now that could rock a mustache quite like Idris. So,
and he's just got the gravitas.
Yeah,
I mean, just when he just speaks, you're just on board. But I think that this movie looks. I'm with I think everybody else on the panel. Haven't been excited for anything in the movie theater in a very long time. This looks like fun, and I hope that they just, like I said, just kind of go with what I said, play it straight. I mean, Skeletor looks great. The voice of Skeletor, you know who it is? Jared Leto. Yeah.
So, box office poison.
Yeah, well,
I was going to say, I was more offended that Jared Leto was in the movie than I was.
But he's not. But he's not. He's just the voice. So he's not in the movie technically, visually. So hopefully it'll be okay. Hopefully it'll be great.
Yeah.
But I think if he leans into the evil, sinister voice, and Skeletor looks scary, I want him to be scary. I think this could be just a fun popcorn movie. I hope that's what it is.
Yeah, and sorry, I'm sorry, I don't mean to get political here, but like, here's what irritates me, because I'll just be honest. Sure. Like, I don't care for pronouns either. I don't give a shit about that. I don't use them in my business life. I don't put them in my email signature. That's not a big deal to me. But here's the thing: if you don't, people want to tarnish you as, you know, either transphobic or homophobic or something like that, because they're so angry and they want to do things. But at the same time, I can still respect other people doing it and, you know, allow it to be in media and stuff like that without it ruining my enjoyment of something else, even though it's not something I believe in. And we need to get back to a place like that where people are less friggin' angry and upset about the stupidest things and can move on with the rest of their lives without having to cancel everything. So that's just what I wanted to speak on that really quickly. Anyways, Gallagher guy, I'll turn it to you.
Oh, I was going to say, is Battle Cat going to be in this movie?
Oh, yes.
I saw Cringer.
Yeah.
I didn't see Battle Cat. I mean, I don't know if that's Cringer or Battle Cat. There was no saddle, so I don't. That's the only way.
There's
the only way I
Cringer.
knew the difference.
You gotta wait. Cringer.
That's Cringer.
Cringer isn't Battle Cat until Adam turns.
Yeah, but I saw the roar, but I didn't see like the red helmet, man.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Let's wait and see. Maybe I think the He-Man transformation, like we see a little bit of
character. Don't you love the character designs? Don't they look great?
I'm not in love with Beastman yet.
No, come on, really?
Yeah, I think Evil Lynn looks fantastic. I think Skeletor looks fantastic.
Yep.
Master of Arms, Man at Arms
looks good. I want Tila to get the buns though, the Princess Leia hairstyle. I want at the end maybe she'll get that. I want that's my only complaint.
Yeah. So, Sheldon, what do you think, really quick, before I jump back in?
I think it looks like a great movie. The only thing I know it kind of was mentioned, but I thought after he activated, you know, he'd be a little bit more. I don't know if they'd CGI it or he'd get ripped. You know, they make him go get ripped for like a couple months, and then come back and do the scene. Like he'd be bigger, but like it's like I have the power, and I'm exactly the same size. Like that. I'm just like, oh, okay. Like, isn't he supposed to bulk up? Is that the whole thing?
That's
like,
no. Technically, no. In the cartoon, he was the same size.
Yeah, exact same size. He just had the power. Yeah,
you just lost the pink shirt. Yeah,
you're thinking of Shazam.
No. That's in more modern He-Man iterations. They did this little pathetic kid that turned into a big muscular guy, but He-Man always remained the same size. It's like, I don't understand how anybody didn't realize this is He-Man. This buff motherfucker walking around in like this pink top and white shirt and purple pants. I did want to go back to people being upset about his name, Adam Glenn, and people upset about them changing the backstory a little bit. If you actually watch Masters in the Universe, I'm gonna humble brag here. You know, I've got them all on DVD. I've watched them multiple times.
Ooh.
His mom is actually from Earth. So what they did was I don't know what her backstory is going to be, but the reason they knew of Earth probably, if they do it right, is that's his mom's history and past, right? And I mean, you've got to tell that story. You can't tell the story of Skeletor being like a wimp and being like, oh, now's the time when I'm going to get Castle Grayskull and keep failing. You got to do that overall, you know. So, you know, that's her Earth name, and that's why he uses that name as well. So a lot of stuff is going back. It's really comic accurate. You know, who they have, Alison Brie playing Evil Lynn, like what an awesome choice. Like gorgeous woman, has the right facial features for it. Like I'm really excited about this. The, you know, kid who grew up wanting, you know, his dad. I remember we moved into our second house. And my dad was like, yeah, there's going to be this cubby in the wall. And what do you want it to look like? It could be like your playhouse. And I was like, Castle Grayskull. Like that kid is just so excited to see this, right?
Yeah, it looks good. No, it looks good. Yeah, the backstory could be cool. They could tweak that. You know, that could be the sorceress, could be his mom. You know, I mean, maybe. I mean, that's how she had the power to hide him on Earth. Maybe I have no idea.
The sorceress is Tila's mom.
No, I know, but this new version, like we don't know what they're going to do with this. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, well, she's an astronaut in the movie, James says, so he might know a little bit more. The only person, I didn't see Orko. Orko's a little hard to make cool, though.
That could be a tough. Maybe the sequel, maybe.
Yeah.
Unless he's like a dreary, dark, like ghostly, badass Orko, but then he wouldn't really be Orko. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe you leave Orko out,
or save him for the sequel and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm just happy they're not looking for a cosmic key.
Well, in this movie, I don't know.
Yeah, the voice you did for Skeletor was so good. Like that, I know his voice mostly from the memes where he's like, "Until we meet again." Like,
we can't have Frank Welker back for this one. They can't. Sorry, we can't do it. No.
Yeah. Well, I think the Skeletor design is obviously different, but it still looks really, really good. And that battle scene looks incredible,
serious.
Right?
Yeah, it looks serious. Yeah. It looks scary. He looks imposing. That's what I want. We've had enough slapstick garbage for a while. Everything can't be Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean, let's just do something a little bit different and make it just play it a little more straight. I think it could be a fun movie.
You know what kind of ruined slapstick comedy? And I absolutely love one of my favorite Marvel movies of all time. I can watch it a million times. Both me and my wife can. Is Thor Ragnarok. Like, I thought that movie was so fucking good. Yep. But Thor Love and Thunder was that on steroids, and it ruined the movie, and it ruined like almost funniness in superhero movies for a long time.
Yes. It was too much. It was way too much. Everything was a joke. And I mean, Thor had sort of the coolest hero's journey going for a while there. And then they just made him goofy. To do it once in one movie is one thing, but the fourth movie was just
awful.
I don't even know what the hell
awful.
It was really bad. It was really bad. When you look at the first movie he was in and the drama that was going on with his father and being cast out of Asgard and all that and becoming worthy and humble and then what we ended up with is pretty sad.
The first movie had a good mix of seriousness and a little bit of comedy. Like there was some good stuff there. They played it in well.
The fish out of water thing was great.
Second movie, terrible.
I kind of liked it.
Terrible, but in a different way. It was too dark and too brooding compared to the first. And then the third one, great, like over the top. Fourth one, too stupid.
Yeah.
I
don't know. I think at that time they were trying to have each movie be its own thing. So the Thor movies could be kind of dark and the Iron Man movies could be more whatever. Then they just all blended in together and everything just became Guardians of the Galaxy.
I don't disagree with this. And if I'm not mistaken, Thor in Adventures in Babysitting is actually the Kingpin from Daredevil.
No. Wait. Is that him?
I believe so.
Oh, yeah, that is. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was I for the longest time I thought that was Billy Zane, but no, you're absolutely right. Yes.
Yeah. Look, Bill was just right behind me with it. That's Vincent D'Onofrio.
Yep, Vincent D'Onofrio. Yep.
Yeah. How cool is that, right?
That
Yeah,
was,
all
that,
right.
I love that movie too.
Enough He-Man nerding out here now. I'm
Sorry.
still pissed off here in Canada. I missed a lot of the toys. Like I've got a pretty large re-release Masters of the Universe collection downstairs, but like I still missed out on Beastman. I missed out on Trapjaw, and I missed out on Tila. I got most of the other really important ones to me, but
Did you get
like,
Ram Man?
oh yeah, I've got Ram Man.
Well, there you go. That's all you
And Fisto's in the movie. Did you see that?
I saw Fisto. I'm like,
Fisto.
oh my God, no. The jokes are already starting to happen.
All
Fisto
right.
and Ram Man. They didn't think that through. By the way.
Well, some of the toys are just so stupid, but so cool. Like Mini Faces. Like, come
Manny
on.
yeah, with the I thought that was good. Oh God.
Yeah. I got to get my toy room figured out. I finally got the 2 bookshelves I brought downstairs to build tomorrow. Let's see if I find time. All right, moving on to some home arcade news now, and we got a little bit of news coming up from Wonderland Amusements and Iconic Arcade. So I'll bring up the Wonderland first. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna hide that. Son of a beach. So just give me 1 second. Sorry, guys. Should have had this ready. I did have a quick announcement. If you're wondering about our hosts, I do have a little bit of good news. So let me just bring this up really quickly.
They're
Actually
not dead, right?
They're not dead. We've got a little bit of an update on Nostalgia. So Nostalgia might actually be on the verge of coming back relatively soon. It looks like he's back to doing like projects and mods and stuff like that. How I know is, where's my screen here now?
Galaga guy, was that the vaguest description you've ever heard? He's
Yes.
almost on the verge, maybe, of coming.
Yes, someday.
Yeah, so
I think
he sent this picture to me and a couple other people earlier. Anyone
my
know
God.
how to erase permanent markers? So it seems like he's got like his measuring tape out again, and he's working on some projects. So good for him, man.
That's
Yeah,
impressive.
looks like he's working hard.
I'm not going to touch none of it.
I'm definitely not touching that tape measure. That's for sure. Like, no, you can measure. It's fine. It's fine.
All right. So Wonderland Amusements did send out a shit. Sorry, hold on. I'm the worst at this. The absolute worst. You would think I have this stuff ready ahead of time, right?
Yeah, only if you had
preparation.
somebody with you that could help, you know.
Carl, you're open to help all the time. Good to start on year 6.
I am known for my slides.
Wonderland Amusements did send out an email to pre-order holders this past week, Kickstarter holders, and the pinball machines finally on the boat, finally on the move over. So they're going to be getting here, I think it's like in the next couple of weeks, and then should come out. There's a couple waves. There's a wave like mid-February and then the end of February. So it looks like we're at the end of that long drama of will they or won't they? I mean, like, you think about it. When we first learned about Wonderland and Wonderland Amusements was right before Pinball Expo 2025. Or was that 2024? 2024 Pinball Expo. We first saw the box and all that
Yeah.
stuff. Kickstarter
Yeah.
went live, I think, January, February, and now we're finally at the finish line. It looks like people are finally going to receive these machines.
So they're in the containers,
Yep.
on the boat, on the way.
That's
First
right.
container
Yeah.
estimate to arrive
I-
February 11th. The last one on
I don't
February
think that-
23rd.
I don't believe that all home arcade companies can say the same thing.
So good for Wonderland Amusements. I know they've been ready to go since like early December, but it's one of those things, man. Like getting shipping containers and shit over, it's a nightmare during the holiday season because you got big money companies like Hasbro and Mattel willing to pay 2-3 times what the shipping's worth to get their stuff pushed up in the line and moved ahead. So I don't know what happened exactly, but unfortunately, they were delayed.
Yeah, and then you always going to have the New Year for the
Yeah.
Chinese. That's always going to shut down as well. But you know, back in when they said, I think we're still going to meet our November," I said at the time, "There's no way they're going to meet it. Not with the
No.
tariffs, all these things. Too many unknowns. They were trying to keep thinking that they were going to do it. No, just go ahead and set in your mind now. It's not coming out in November.
But you
But
get,
the
I
thing is,
mean,
it is coming out.
you got to give it to them. What they're delivering is pretty complex. Like it's
Yeah.
not just
Yeah.
a cabinet and a monitor and a PCB and all the magic is happening on the PCB. This
Right.
isn't a physical
Physical.
pinball machine,
Right.
flat packed. I mean, you know, the amount of engineering just going into the packaging is going to be, it's going to be cool to see people just unboxing this. I pity the poor person who has to actually assemble it, but they're delivering a whole hell of a lot of product, physical product. So, I mean, hats off to them. I know it is a little bit later, but you know, they're making good on it. So, you know, remains to be seen what the final result's going to be, but kudos.
Yeah, you guys all know that feeling when it comes and you're excited.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
you're like, oh shit, I got to put this thing together.
It's been
Right?
it's been a
Yeah.
while since I know the feeling of coming, girl. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Flowers tend to help with that, maybe, you know, chocolates, back rub, you know,
But-
Carl,
popsicles
you know,
for a
so-
day, whatever, you know.
But
So
the
you
challenge,
were-
but the challenge with this one, like exactly what you're saying, Fox, is that this is not just you put this computer together and you turn it
Yeah.
on and it's just going to work. This is mechanical things. So things on the play fields have to be in the right spot, right? You know, putting this thing together, and the play field is going to come. They said it's going to be already packaged, but it's still going to be things are going to be taped down, right, for shipping. They're going to have you know,
The styrofoam blocks are going to be in
foam
place
somewhere,
yeah.
right? Inevitably, somebody's going to forget to take something out, and they're like, "Oh, what the heck is happening?" So it's definitely going to be a much different
Yeah,
experience. with
there'll
a
be
physical-
there'll be somebody
with a
there. There's a problem with my ramp. I can't get the ball up there. Well, you have a giant concrete, giant styrofoam block in front of it, buddy.
Right.
held in place with duct tape. Come on, buddy.
Yeah.
Think
So
this through.
I got a question for you. Now that this is finally coming out, people are about to get it. Carl, any reservations about canceling your Kickstarter, or taking your pledge
Nope.
out? You
Not
were
at all.
bamboozled by B Kong. What a
Yeah, I'm
piece
sure
of
B
shit.
is happy that you did that. Yeah.
Yeah.
What a horrible
and again,
person.
and again,
Worst.
my intention was for them to be successful and get the launch. If they didn't have well over the number, I wouldn't have canceled. But
Yeah.
because they had well over, you know, they didn't need me. But again, I'm excited for this. I've been excited from day one. That's not going to change. I can't wait to see people open these things up, and can't wait to see the unboxing videos and
It's gonna be
people
cool.
doing the live assemblies, whatever they're going to do with
Yeah.
it. I cannot wait to see this because something like this is huge, because if it's successful, then it means there's going to be more, right? And if there's more, then maybe people copycat it, right? And then you have some other ones, have some people competing with it.
yeah.
You know, so I'm excited for what the possibilities beyond just this cabinet is going to be, and so that I'm not going to lose that excitement for nothing.
Yeah, I remember when we were at Pinball Expo, we were talking to some people from Stern outside with Stringer Films, who was outside the entire
He
time.
was always insane.
He was always outside, always
Yep.
insane. But we were talking to some people from Stern, and they were open about it. Like, as much as everybody's like, Stern would be embarrassed by this, all these, you know, pinball elitists or just elitist garbage people in general. Yeah,
Makes sense.
like they were all saying the stuff. The people at Stern were like, "This is a really cool idea. Like, I think it's so cool that they can do this, do all this stuff." So, you know, I'm happy for them. I'm happy that people are going to get their pre-orders finally, or Kickstarters, whatever it is. And I just hope it's really good. Like, it gave me pause. You know, Jerry obviously has been doing stuff like this for years, and he's got a lot of confidence. But the hubris to be like, yeah, I mean, how hard is it to make a pinball machine? Whoa. When there's people out there that have dedicated their whole lives to this, right? He's like, well, I bought one and, you know, I played it for a couple of months, so I think I'm good to go.
But the reality is, those people were in the same boat a long time ago when nothing existed, and they had to make it happen. So,
well, Carl, there was
nothing
progression.
exists until
There was progression over the years. The original
Right.
pinball machines, if you take a look at the ones from like the 30s and 40s,
Right.
they were pretty basic. Years and years of experience went in.
Right, but all that experience exists today for you to grow on. So you shouldn't have to go back to day one to try and build something. You have a much better. I talk about this all the time with the youth of today. It's like you have no excuse not to be able to do anything because you have the whole world in your phone. You have access to so much information, and it just boggles my mind that people say I don't know how to do something. It's like you're not trying if you don't at
Oh
least
yeah.
know how to do it. Now, whether you can actually do it or whether you accomplish or are good at it, but how the hell can you not be able to do something in
The access
2026?
to information
You know
is
what I mean?
ridiculous now. Like
Yeah.
I changed my toilet, and it was the first time I ever changed a toilet before because like I've always been lucky enough that my dad, who's finally too old to really help with projects and stuff anymore now, and then my brother is very capable at doing it. But most of the time I'll do stuff myself. I was nervous about the toilet for some reason, but my brother was just dicking around and like he was like, "Oh, I can't get free. I'm busy." Just bullshit stuff. So I finally said, "Fuck it, I'm just going to do it myself." And I watched a video, and that was it. Like it was the easiest thing in the world, but like you just got to get over the fear of doing it. And the access to information is anywhere, right? Like
Mhm.
the internet's great. Like you can do anything you want and watch like unlimited copious amounts of pornography. Like there's nothing the internet can't do.
What happened?
On the toilet? Is that what you're saying? I don't understand why that.
Well, it's not.
Oh,
That's
why are
not
those
what's
two
coming to my
connected?
mind.
I think you're right, Gallagher guy. I think they are connected.
I bought a toilet brush the other day, and I got to tell you, I think I'm switching back to toilet paper because that is just rough.
You stole that joke from Jason Little Alien.
I did
stole it.
steal it from Jason the Alien. Sorry, Jason.
Now speaking of toilets, I finally did get a couple of years ago back a bidet. My best friend Sean had a bidet for years, and I would never. I'm like, Dad, what is that? Ain't
Nah,
nobody.
bro.
Man,
No.
that bidet is
No.
awesome. That
No,
thing
you
is
can keep
awesome.
that.
Man,
You don't want the bidet?
it's
No,
it's like new way toys. Until you get it in your hands, you don't know what it is.
but you're supposed to get it on your, not on your hands, on your. I'm not doing it. No.
I tell you that
It's a
bidet
different new
is
wave. It's a.
sweet.
It's a wave. You're
Yeah,
right.
it's
It's
a
a new wave.
Yeah,
It's more of a
I
new
don't want to.
stream.
I'm gonna change the topic here now, guys. This is getting a little uncomfortable.
I'll
so,
just
anyways,
stick
the
to
Yeah, now,
other-
now that we're not
What I
talking
do.
about porn, we stopped talking about porn.
Listen,
now he
if
does
you
more
want to
something.
talk about porn, I'll talk about porn, but I'm not talking about guys getting jets of stuff in their butt. So I'm
That's the
sorry.
after show.
Yeah.
That'll cost you $5.
Anyways, a little bit more positive news on the pre-order front. People are now getting their final invoices from Iconic Arcade. It looks like this thing's about to move as well. There's no definitive like shipping date. It's not on the boats or packaged up yet, but they did get their other end of their invoices, so people are starting to get excited about that. 19K Fox, I'll let you go first because I think you've got some stuff to say about this.
No, I just think that it's great that we have more options and there's more companies out there offering more product. And kudos and cheers and accolades if this thing ever comes out, because I was there day one, saw this concepts, saw this mock-up, saw this prototype, and I was excited. And since then, we have still not had a simple, display demonstration of the UI, of the gameplay, of anything. I think that at this point, there is a problem with the software. I don't know that for sure. Haven't heard this from John D or anything. This is just 19K Fox speculation. I think that there's an issue with the software and they can't get things to work properly and they're trying to get this fixed. If I'm wrong, then please just show everybody exactly how this thing works, because today's the 23rd. The day is the 23rd. It's actually the 24th in Hong Kong, and we're in China right now. It takes a couple days to load containers on a ship. But before that, you got to have a couple days, maybe 3 days to load the container. And that happens at the factory where these things are made. So basically, Monday, these things should be on their way to the container ship. So surely they're done if they're going to meet that January 31st deadline. So surely there is a golden sample, finally, that we can see all this properly. And it's not about necessarily, I mean, you don't have to prove anything to me. I didn't pre-order this thing. It is for the pre-holders, though. They need to know 100% what they're getting. If you really want to put their mind at ease, show them what they're buying. Because as of right now, we've seen many, many images of the outside of a cabinet that, hasn't really changed that much.
Yeah.
So fingers crossed. I hope it ships when it does. I hope it meets the expectations, because I think that I think it'd be great for this thing to do that. And we can see Double Dragon and we can see all this stuff down the road. But I think this just doesn't pass the smell test for me.
Well, and Robert, I mean,
it'd be different if you had a bidet.
Yeah.
Well, that's true. I should start there.
You still wouldn't with the bidet because the smell goes away. But anyway, you're on something there, because on the other side of the coin of what you're talking about is this: why wouldn't you, as you're getting close to giving it to the people who pre-ordered it, why wouldn't you be showing this thing off to get people excited who haven't pre-ordered it?
Yes, sir.
The new people, right?
Yes, sir.
I don't want to rest on the money I've already collected, right? I want new money. I want new orders. I want this thing to continue.
Mm-hmm.
This is just the start of something. It's not the end of something. It's not finally we're at the end. This is finally we're at the begin, right?
Yes, sir.
And so you should be showing that thing off and getting people excited. The people who got it on the way, oh boy, this is what I'm going to get. And other people saying, boy, I should have gotten it. Now I can get it, man. I'm paying a little bit more for it, but hey, I can get this thing now. And that's where anybody that wants to make money would be doing. Why you wouldn't be doing that? Yeah, it doesn't pass the smell test.
So I wanted to bring up this. Mike brings up a good point, and I agree with this too. When Fox talked about this on a show last Sunday, I thought he did an excellent job, and he talked about what Unico did. And Unico showed a clear video showing the UI at work on their cabinet, as well as people possibly playing some of the games. And I think for a lot of the concerns that 19K Fox has brought forward, that would answer a lot of questions. Just if there is a golden sample with a working UI and working games, working software, just do a quick video of somebody playing something on the cabinet, and it would shut people up. I agree with that. Mm-hmm. Going back to what Fox said about the problems with the golden sample, Mike said this either in a comment on Super Game Room Dudes a couple weeks back or something like this. Mike Valtrades, you can correct me if I'm wrong, if it was just a theory or if it was something you heard, but he said that the problem with the golden sample was something to do with the bezel. And that's why they couldn't ship it out then. So I don't know if that's true or not, but that's something I came across that he said, or maybe I'm misremembering it. But, I don't know what the deal is. I really liked what they did last week, obviously having Peter from, I forget the name of the company now, but I thought that was a really smart move.
Think Up?
No, God, no.
No, different. Pieter. Yes.
Pieter.
There's an I.
From,
there's an extra I in there.
There's a different company that's a subsidiary of Lenovo, and he's the real lead of it. So I thought that was smart. And I love the images they did with, the people there. I love the size of the cab. Like, it made me interested again. Yeah. There it is. Thanks, Mike. Yeah, it was stated that the bezel wasn't correct because of the light bleed via the video John posted and shared on Arcade Insiders. So
then that means that means they never had a golden sample. The golden sample is a 100% complete cab that's ready for production.
I just want to take a minute and say, okay, well, me and Fox were originally right. We were the ones complaining about the light bleed on the bezel. And everybody was like, there's no light bleed on the bezel. These guys are toxic. And then they showed pictures. Well, there was.
We are toxic, but there was also light bleed. So that's two things can be true at the same time, Michael.
Yeah. So before I go any further, Gallagher guy, what are your thoughts on this? Invoices coming out now. Do you think that maybe instead of sending out the invoices now, they should have waited until at least there was some kind of confirmation they were on boat, or they have a different strategy where it's not like the Kickstarter and Wonderland where they're not going to share all that information. Maybe they are on the boat and, they'll just be here.
I think that obviously we should have gotten some people who pre-ordered this. I didn't pre-order one of these because I really wasn't interested in it personally, but I think they should have shown something just to make everyone feel comfortable with what they're getting. Now, I will say, though, these are just retro pies, right, in this, right? Like, they just have software to retro pie. Is that how they're doing it?
Yeah, it's a Raspberry Pi 5.
A Raspberry Pi, I mean.
Yeah.
So the people who got it for the discounted, $550, if you kept the pre-order, they gave you another $150 off. So the worst case scenario, you might just have to yank out that RetroPie and slap your own in there for the 150 that you saved. I mean, I don't know. That's probably the only silver lining I could think of if it ends up being absolutely terrible. You still have the shell of a cab. So
That's a
there
good
you
point.
go.
That's the biggest hurdle for a lot of people. No, I think you're right though. That shell is the biggest hurdle for a lot of people. And I
100%.
think Carl really nailed it. You're at this point now targeting new customers. You want to say, hey, look what you missed out on. Now you got to pay a little extra, but because the pre-order holders are the ones that invested early and they didn't get all this information. So now we're going to hit you for another $50 or $100, whatever. That will be my motivation to push everything out there to get more people excited about it and to get maybe potential retail partners to carry maybe not this cab, but the next cab, maybe Double Dragon.
The other thing is it's going to get out because people obviously are going to get these things. So we're going to know if the UI is great or terrible. So it's like, just show it. Even if it's like, just let us know, hey, it's not working. Is this going to be like the new games now where they come out day one and they're awful and you have to do all these updates for them to finally get better? Like, we just need to know that. Like, that's what your customers need to know.
Yeah, control the messaging, right?
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So, this is the other thing came out. People got the final invoices today. It was confirmation of the $150 discount. So all that stuff is there. I again, much like Wonderland Amusements, I just hope it comes out and it's good. I will tell you, I've been very open about this, and I'm still disappointed I did this because they were open again. Pre-orders were open again for a short window, and I was like, "Fox, I'm gonna get one." He's like, "Why are you going to do that, Mike?" I didn't do it.
I didn't say exactly like that, but it was pretty much like that.
Yeah. So I'm back in on it now. Like, and maybe I'm crazy, but like seeing those images of people with them and stuff like that, and I'm like, "Fuck, I want this." And there's no logical reason for me to want it. I have a Shilo cab.
And we've all done that. We've all made those purchases where it was just like, it just felt like I just needed to have it. But I'll ask you the same thing I asked you last time. What are you buying?
What am I buying? I'm buying the concept that they've floated that everything's going to come together. Like, it's the same as here's the argument that was made, and I don't disagree with this to some extent. Like, why is there a second level of demand with Iconic Arcade? Because I did a video, are we asking too much for Iconic Arcade? Even when Arcade 1-Up came out, like, there was just a concept. Like, we didn't get to see any gameplay. We didn't get to see any UI. And we still bought it because we assumed it was going to work. Why is it different now where we expect all this stuff? Even when Basic Fun put out this shit, we still didn't get, like, all the things we're expecting from Iconic Arcade to show.
I think because of all the stuff that's come before. Arcade 1-Up burst on the scene at $2.99 with 3 games, and people took a chance. And when we took that chance, we were surprised at how good it was. And then the community grew from that. Now we're a little bit older, we're a little bit wiser, and you're asking us to take a pretty big leap now, no longer $2.99, but $6.99 before discounts and all that. So I think that a more mature community is going to want a little bit more. We're going to expect a little bit more moving forward. And I think that these companies should be expected to do more to get our dollars. I think it's a different landscape. I don't want to be unfair to Iconic. I know we joke a lot about it, but I don't want to be unfair to them. But I don't think it's unreasonable, the things that I'm asking, given all the delays. If they were going to deliver June 2025, okay. But they've gone far beyond that. So at this point, I don't just want to see the same artwork. I want to see a little bit more.
Yeah, but
maybe I'm in the minority.
We know now why they didn't deliver June 2025. We know now why they didn't deliver in October. Like, Peter came out and said that. Peter came out and said, yeah, that cease and desist was real, and we shut down everything while we were dealing with that.
Sure.
Well, imagine if this was a gaming console, though, and they're like, hey, just go ahead and send us $800 or $700, and we won't show you any demonstrations.
You're the perfect one for this, Sheldon. Perfect one for this, because are you going to plunk down the money for a Steam machine when the pre-order goes up?
Listen.
And we bought the PlayStation sight unseen. We buy many things sight unseen. So that's not so odd.
But is this the play? Is it the PlayStation 1
Mm-hmm.
or the PlayStation 5? How many people bought the PlayStation 1 sight unseen, and how many people bought PlayStation
Fox,
5?
you're acting like there hasn't been an iconic arcade before. They put out a super quality machine before this.
For
There's
God's
no
sakes,
reason-
you're proving my point. What is that? I think it's a fair. I think these are all fair points. I think that I really can't refute any of them. I've jumped in. I bought a Sega Dreamcast, and I did. There was no word of mouth about that. I just bought it because it was cheaper than the PS2 coming out. I get it, and I'm not like, once again, I'm not trying to be unrealistic. I just think that for all the things I've said, we have matured a little bit. I think that if you're going to ask for a lot more money, you should deliver a little bit more, not just in content, but also in communication to the community.
Well, see, that's the thing. Much like a Kickstarter, because this is kind of turned out like a Kickstarter, except you can't get your money back if it doesn't come out. But you know what I mean? It has turned out like a Kickstarter because of the changes in the world. Like I wrote Kevin about it today, and I said, "Hey, can I still get in on one?" And he's like, "No, not during the pre-order window." So because I'm back on it, and I can't help myself. I got problems, but
you should help yourself.
No, leave me alone on this one. You're not talking me out of the game, Fox.
You got. I am your friend. I'll talk you off this ledge.
I am.
Anyways, I
yes.
trusting Glenn. I can't buy Glenn's product. It's not here, so
it's not available.
There's nothing I can do about that. So it's like a Kickstarter because I think people that pre-ordered, especially now that you got that $150 discount, plus it's going to be less than when it finally comes out because it is going to be more expensive. Whether that's $100 up to $799 or $200 more, I don't know. But you are getting it at a much cheaper price, and then the people that look at it afterwards, been like, "Fuck, I should have got that." They're going to be the ones that turn around and then end up paying the more price. And what concerns me is when the next one comes out, Double Dragon. How much is Double Dragon going to be? I want to get to that point, and I want to find out what the full price is going to be, right?
It's a good point, but I think it for me, I would rather pay a little bit more knowing exactly what I'm getting. So maybe that first wave does come out, and maybe there's some issues and problems, but guess what? There's a software update, there's a patch, it's all fixed. So now I'm buying something that is completely tested, and it's $100 more.
Perfect. Thanks, JT. I apparently am going to be able to get the X Arcade Viper, and I can't wait for that.
Nice.
Yeah. I think Fox, I want to apologize to you because I know where you're coming from really with all this.
You do.
It's coming from pre-ordering so many things and being disappointed over the years.
Yes, sir. I think
not
many of us
everybody
in
has
the
had the
community
same
have been
pre-order
there.
disappointment that you have.
But I know, I think that there's a lot of us out there. I'm not an exception. I think
there's a lot of us out there that went out day one and bought 2 Fast and the Furious cabs.
Yes,
a lot of us.
Yes, for God's sakes.
and someone who got them from that person for cheaper. But anyways,
this guy, smarter than me for sure. But I got game. I had to cancel some pre-orders on New Wave Toys because it never came. I think there is some pre-order fatigue out there also.
Yeah,
another 100%. Reason why these companies should go above and beyond to give us as much information as possible. And once again, I'm gonna go back to Carl's point. It is also for those future customers to entice them, to get them excited, to get them like you, Mike, saying, "Damn it, I missed out on it. I'm not gonna miss that next one." And then the pre-orders will double and triple and quadruple for the next.
Yeah, when I'm paying instead of 1,000 Canadian with free shipping, when I'm paying 1,200 Canadian with full price shipping, I'm gonna be like, "Fucking Fox, man."
But what if it's a turd? You're gonna be happy I saved you.
All right, I don't want to. We'll switch gears now. Let's talk a little bit about Black Knight 2000. Came out from AtGames and Zen Studios this past week for the AtGames Legends Pinball 4K. I said I thought it was already on Pinball FX VR. It's not. So this is probably the best way to play it at home right now, unless you have a PC hooked up to a pinball machine and you can do it that way. So I had a lot of fun with this last night. Really tough game. It's very fast. You can drain super easily, but a lot of fun to it. I thought it was a great release for, obviously AtGames and Studios. Anybody else pick it up? I know, Sheldon, you didn't because your Peanuts is gone, right?
Yeah, it's out the door. It's
out the door and toast.
You sold it.
Yeah.
Oh, you lucky bastard. No, I didn't pick it up. I unfortunately I've sort of at this point now, I'm not going to download any more games from AtGames because I don't sort of trust their infrastructure.
Yeah.
It's a damn shame. I've taken a chance on a lot of the tables. I've got several of them. I dig my Knight Rider, if nothing else, just for the sounds. I mean, I'm a sucker. It's okay. I can admit that. But yeah, because of the way that they've changed, I used to always just buy my stuff on my phone from their website, and then I would just come home at the end of a work day, download the table, and play. And when I've lost that convenience, and some of the restrictions they have, unfortunately, I haven't really partaken of any new tables in quite a long time. The last one I think I got was Killer Instinct.
Yeah, that's not a great one.
4K,
Not a good one.
Fox, you have the 4K or the HD?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I got the 4K. I got the one that came with the 10 games.
Okay.
So it was it wasn't the starter. It was the premium or whatever.
Okay.
Yep.
So you have the sound effects one, the SFX?
Well, I didn't get the SSF kit. I came with a topper. I did take all the metal off and had it all powder coated. There's a shop close to me that has powder. They do powder coating. I wanted to simulate the LE of Attack from Mars that came out back in the day. So I have like the the stainless steel hardware. I got the green metal parts all the way around it. It's beautiful. And if anyone's interested in the Cincinnati area, hit me up.
Just really quickly, I want to go back to this comment. This is the other thing I don't understand. Like, obviously, when when these pre-orders come over right now from where is it? Wonderland Amusements. They that was a Kickstarter, but they also put, like, you can order a Wonderland Amusements Alice Goes to Wonderland right now. It's more money, but you can order one right now. For some reason, Iconic isn't doing that. They're not putting their order back up. You have to assume they made more than what were ordered, right? So really good comment, Stan ZB. I just want to go back to this one. Carl, obviously, you can't avail of this because you don't have a 4KP. Great game, great Williams game. We're going to talk a little at games in a minute because there's some stuff going on right now between Zen Studios and AtGames that, where there's smoke, there's fire, some stuff that just doesn't smell right. Before we do that, I know Billy Woods Mods and Jason Little Alien said in the comments, they talked about sound issues. I don't know if I just didn't notice it, but I haven't experienced those sound issues yet. So I'm going to have to go back and see what I didn't experience that, but maybe I just missed it. I don't know. I'll have to go back and look. I had a really good time playing it. I was more focused on the game than I was anything else. So so if anybody can give me an update on what exactly the sound issues, that's something I'll go back and take a look for. I did a short on it. Thanks, Billy. I'll go take a look. Any good videos on it? No good videos, just mine. Sorry, Jim Pacers fan.
I do love the Williams tables, though. I gotta be honest with you. Every time I downloaded they play so smooth, they play so good.
Yeah.
The Zen tables are really good. Some of those Magic Pixel, they're hit or miss.
I've never been a fan of those other tables that the ball's too floaty. It just doesn't feel accurate to me. It doesn't feel real, and that's why I don't turn on my AtGames. And I was having a conversation with myself the other day. I might have been talking with some of my action figures about it as well.
What did Miles say?
He said you need to take the guts out of that Toy Shock and put it into this AtGames and just get this thing.
Why don't I just drive up to Detroit and you buy my 4KP?
What's that going to do?
No, Carl's not allowed to bring anything in the house. That's not.
I'll take yours out. I'll bring mine in. She'll be.
But what would I accomplish by doing that? I'd still need to gut it out and put my computer parts in it.
Oh my God! Really?
Yeah, because I want to play VPX. I don't want to play these.
Floaty. Well, never mind.
These floaty games.
You don't want the floaty. You want the floaty ball game?
If I had never played VPX, then I could be onto that.
Oh,
but
you're spoiled now.
I know better
now.
I just can't do it.
Yeah, the Zachariah definitely has a style to it that isn't for everybody, and their ball is really floaty. It defies logic, especially when you get down around the outlanes down on the bottom. But
it's coming from two different directions. See, the Williams is made after real pinballs, right?
Zachariah is too, which is the sad thing.
yeah, but I'm saying the market that they're going towards, those were designed to take your money.
Yeah.
Fee quarter for these new tables are made for people to enjoy pinball. The ball is going to stay in play longer. You're going to get to play longer. You know what I mean? It's not going to shoot down. They got guards and rails that keep the ball in play. It's just a different experience. I'm
Mhm.
used to. I like the real authentic ones where that shit's going to shoot down and drain on me most of the time. Unfortunately, so that's just what I like and what I feel. So those games, yeah, I can keep the ball in, play longer, but it's just not pinball to me.
So, Carl, you thinking you're just gonna take the guts out of your AtGames and just upgrade the monitor and everything else?
Yeah,
Or what?
no, everything's in here. I have Bobby Voo's back glass. I already have everything in there.
Okay.
I just need to, because I never play their pinball, so I don't need to
Okay.
have two-way. It just needs to be VPS.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
you got the setup.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then I have a bigger screen, go from 24 inch to whatever
32.
size this is, 32.
32.
You know what I mean? So I just need to do it.
Yeah.
Don't waste time with anything else. Just do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Get you a high.
I got all the
refresh rate.
parts. I got all the parts. It just
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that'll free up a spot, and I can buy something and put in that spot. Because as long as I'm,
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Thinking.
Yeah, something from Unico.
I wanted to talk about this. So RTX Pinball, nice guy. He's pretty close with AtGames. He's one of their people they work with now. And he had an interview with the guy from Scott from AtGames earlier. And they said they were going to graphically enhance all the 22 Gottlieb tables, which I think is great, as long as they don't make any adjustments to the tables. Because again, the tables are based on real pinball machines. So don't change the artwork or anything like that. Just make it better. Enhance is a good word. And then what also concerns me, because I know Farsight Studios is really heavily involved with AtGames now, who are also very heavily involved with Magic Pixel. I hope if they do this, they're not going to rely on AI to do so, like what Zachariah's been doing. And Magic Pixel for the Zachariah Deluxe games is really leaning heavily on AI to design like the artwork on the table and stuff like that. So if they are going to enhance them, hopefully they don't use AI. That's all I'll say, because I think that the Gottlieb tables definitely could look a little bit better. I really like them. I actually kind of prefer them to a lot of the Zachariah tables. So yeah, we'll see. Now,
and I don't think it's fair to say AI. You just have to use AI correctly. I mean, you can make some incredible stuff with AI, but if you put the wrong prompts in, then you're going to get garbage out. So,
that's like anything, accounting, anything, garbage in, garbage out, right?
Right.
So what I'm talking about specifically, Carl, is I hope that the idea is to enhance the tables graphically and not enhance the tables in a way that would modify anything from the original. That's what I'm trying to say.
Because enhance is a dangerous term.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sheldon's like,
Eventually you'll have dolls that walk and talk, and you're like, "Whoa, what's going on?
This is crazy."
And see, my wife doesn't like statues. She don't like, or big dolls that just sit there and stand there. She thinks the eye's going to follow. My wife freaks out on statues.
Well, that's because she's watching all those horror movies, man.
Right, I know.
Yeah,
Exactly. That's exactly right.
All right. So I wanted to also bring this up. We had a Pinball Bytes episode this past week. Zen Studios came out and announced Bethesda Pinball is finally coming to Pinball FX, as well as Pinball FX VR and Zen Pinball World. So they announced all their platforms except for one, which we'll talk about in just a minute. But if you're previous owner of Pinball FX3, you've obviously played the Bethesda games before. These aren't new games. They're just being modified, moved from Pinball FX3 to Pinball FX. I'm not I love Zen Studios, but I'm not the biggest, original Zen creation guy. Like I prefer the Williams stuff, but some of them can be really good, and they've got great themes. Like the Alien game is great. Back to the Future is great. The first Jurassic Park is great. I just never got in on these on Pinball FX3. Maybe I just didn't put enough time into them, but now we'll have a new opportunity with Pinball FX. Anybody excited about this announcement?
No.
I'm always excited for new stuff, right? Again, I'm not these tables. I'm not the demographics for these type of tables. at all. I have access to plenty of their tables that look like this and play like that, but I don't gravitate to them. I gravitate to the ones that feel and look and act the way I expected to act. So, but I'm always excited for any new tables. I think it's fantastic when people can have these platforms and be able to add more to them anytime.
So the other thing about this is correction coming to Pinball M. Then I see Calvin Wong said, when will Pinball M be on VR? They're saying these are going to be on VR day one. So even though these are going to be on Pinball M, they're still going to be on Pinball VR. So yeah, and most people already own these with Pinball FX3, either on the Switch or whatever. So yeah. But the interesting announcement is this is the first time in a while they've done one of these announcements. They talked about this global release across all devices. They specifically left AtGames off the list. Why do you think that is?
Oh my God, that's crazy. Gallagher, go ahead.
Fox, I'll let you go ahead.
Carl, what do you think?
First, I want to know what you're drinking.
Green River.
Okay.
Green River.
Green River. An excellent bourbon.
I love me some bourbon. Yeah, again, both my AtGames products are got the 6 sign on them, so I hadn't bought anything for them in a while. So that's not something I'm interested in, but I want people who own those products and use those products to be able to get whatever's new coming out. That's just following up what I just said. When you have these devices, because nothing sucks like having a great device and you can't be able to add new stuff to it, right?
Yes.
You know what I mean? I remember when I used to do the Palm Pilot and you used to have to jump through all these hoops to get the stuff on your devices. And they're like, hey, why don't you just put the store on the device, right? And we saw that evolution to be able to buy stuff. And you guys are saying, hey, I don't want to buy from the device, so it's kind of going backwards there. But I want people to be able to add games to it, whether I like the game or not. People should be able to get new games on it. And I don't know why they would have been left out. Michael,
I think because they didn't pay that money, son. That's right. You got to pay to play. And AtGames just ain't about that. They're like, why don't you just put it on our devices for free? Because we're AtGames. We're badass. Ooh. And Zen's like, no, we actually don't think so. You guys actually kind of suck. So I think that at some point, listen, AtGames needs to sort of determine what they want to be. They're not home arcade because they've abandoned all the other products except pinball, which is fine. They're a good affordable solution for VPN, I think. I mean, even though I'm not the biggest fan of mine or what they're doing in other areas, they're a great option for VPN. If you want to just buy something, bring it home, plug it in and go, it's fine. But I think that at the end of the day, they just didn't pay the piper. And that's what this is all about. This is about the money. And if they're not spending their money on this and they're not spending their money on new products, new arcades, what are they spending their money on? Mike, help us out.
I don't fucking know. I will tell you, all this leads back to an interview Mel Kirk did from Zen Studios. Mel's kind of like the lead of Zen Studios. He did with the Blockade Pinball podcast. Usually comes on there about once a year. And he said some stuff that really didn't paint the relationship with AtGames very good. He talked about the upcoming, or at the time, the recently released AtGames Legends Pinball HD, the new one, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles one. And he alluded to the fact that, AtGames want us to put the Zen Studios games on that. We'll see. And he made some other comments about the 4KP being underpowered to really run their software. So didn't talk really good about the relationship. Like, it just made everybody look bad. I don't understand what the purpose was. The only takeaway I could have from it was, you know what, bullshit walks and money talks. So I think that maybe it's a negotiation tactic where they're trying to get AtGames to pay more so they can work with them, or maybe it's legitimate. I don't know, but it's just a little bit concerning that AtGames, that relationship would go sour, because I think one of the biggest reasons that most people bought the AtGames Legends Pinball 4K, and one of the biggest selling points for the AtGames Legends Pinball HDP, was the fact that, oh, wow, this is powerful enough to run the Zen games. So there'll be Zen games coming to it. What kind of future does the AtGames Legends Pinball, have going forward if that relationship is severed? Do you think that there's going to be people that are being like, yeah, I'm kind of done with this, I'm going to sell this? Or do you think there's a chance people would still be interested in buying it with only AtGames Originals, Zachariah, and Gottlieb Studios coming out in the future? Or, do people are just going to say, well, I'm happy with my library? I mean, I would. There's Elvira on it. I'm totally fine. But, I don't know what way you go forward without Zen Studios being a big part of it.
I think that, and I joke about my pinball's not for sale. I just joke about that. I'm keeping it, for now. I think that there's a good enough library that exists at this point to where you could buy it and be happy with the available downloadable titles. I think that there'd be enough value there, depending on which model you buy. If you buy the one that has the 10 games, plus you can download more stuff, I think that there's a deep enough library to where you would still, I think that you would recoup enough, you would feel the value. There would be enough of a deep enough library there for sure. But as for the future of the company moving forward, or the future of the product moving forward, Zen is absolutely a big loss. It's a huge loss. And we're talking about it as it's a loss. Maybe it's not a total loss, but if they can't maintain that relationship and they've abandoned their other products, I fail to see what the focus of the company is,
And on that same note,
Carl, excuse me,
ahead.
Gallagher guy, poor Gallagher guy. Every time he talks, you talk over him.
Every time I talk, you talk over me.
This is all my fault. Okay,
every time you talk, Mike Robert talks over you.
See, exactly. It's my fault.
Sand Spirits is really upset. He's waiting on Gallagher guy in the stream. Gallagher guy, now's your moment to shine.
Oh, well, I was going to say the reason why Zen and AtGames aren't, cohesive right now is because in order to email AtGames, Zen has to log in every single time they send an email, and it doesn't work.
There you go. There you go.
They got tired of it. They're like, no more. We're not doing this anymore.
That's not bad. All right, Carl, sorry about that.
And that's a good point. And that's exactly what I was going to say about Robert's point and Gallagher's guy's point. Exactly. My iArcade, right? The store don't exist anymore. It doesn't make the games that I have on there no longer fun because I don't have access to new games to put on it. It does, I wish I could get more games. I wish I had gotten more games before they shut it down, but it's still playable. And on that same note, reflecting what Gallagher guy was saying, there's no login process here. These guys are long out of business. That cabinet continues to work as it did. I don't think the same thing happens if AtGames goes belly up or does something different, right? Because you get logged out, you don't have access to yourself. So that's always been a point of contention for me. That whole login thing is like, why do I have to keep logging into this thing? It really turned me off from again, I'm already fighting against I know better and play better, even on a smaller screen on my Toy Shock. I like to play on the bigger screen, but that's just always been a turnoff for me. And it just scares me, the fact that at some point in time, they can turn that switch off and you can't log in, and even the stuff you have purchased is not available. And to me, that just rubs me the wrong way every time I think about it.
Carl, bigger isn't always better. That's what I tell my wife anyways.
That's right. Good man. Good call. I see that same line too.
Yeah, really quickly, we got to get done because Gallagher guy has a stream scheduled right now. Apparently, that's what Sand Spirits was actually talking about.
He's fine.
But AtGames, I think, have heard some of this rumbling in the community, obviously the Mel Kirk stuff, and now how they weren't included in the Pinball Bytes episode. There was questions like this. So they got out ahead of it. It's like 5 hours ago now since I took this picture. But this is the update they put out. We wanted to share a quick update on 2026 pinball table releases. We continue collaborating with our existing partners and building out digital pinball library to bring you lots of exciting new content, plus some surprises for the entire Legends product line. So maybe there's going to be more stuff come out. There's been rumors about, you know, the Legends Voyager, that handheld that docks, which was going to replace the idea of the puck. Maybe that's it, or maybe there's something else. At the same time, we're also developing AtGames original tables that we can't wait to reveal. With our Not event coming this February, you can also expect some great deals and promotions along the way. 2026 is shaping up to be an amazing year. Stay tuned. We'll share updates as soon as they're available. I think obviously, you know, smart about games put this out, especially with people starting rumors, much like what we're discussing here tonight about what's going on between them and Zen Studios. But it could also be them, you know, trying to, you know, throw it off and say good things are coming, even if we do lose Zen, right? So I don't know. Take it whatever way you want to take it. What do you think, Carl?
I think for National Owners Day, they should say, as long as you're on the same Wi-Fi, you will never be logged out again, ever. You know, that would be a great gift for National Owners
Would that
Day.
make sense?
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, when was the last time they did a National Owners Day? I can't even remember.
Oh, they do it like twice or three times a year now, and there's always sales. National Owners Day isn't what National Owners Day used to be.
Yeah, you don't know.
Like that's the
Friday.
honest to God truth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like National Owners Day used to be fucking cool, man. There was all kinds of events, prizes. It was fun, like, because we were in the height of this. We talked about things. There were things to do on the machine. And there's still pinball tournaments. And, you know, I'm happy for anybody who experiences, but the magic just isn't there for me with their National Owners Day now. I don't really care about the sales. And like, there's nothing product wise I'm looking to get. There's nothing software wise I'm looking to get. Like, it's not as exciting anymore. I think they should have kept it to once a year instead of doing multiple National Owners Day. I think they should do a better job with the prizes. Like the AtGames, you know, gift cards aren't exactly doing it for a lot of people. Like giving away like a pinball machine or something like that. I know it's a lot, and logistically it's a nightmare, but that brings more excitement. And they really got to, you know, tie in some other product announcements and stuff like that to make it exciting.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And why? When I take my tables, okay, offline, why do I have to log in to access my tables that I've taken offline?
They gotta fix that. If there's anything AtGames does this year, I think that's the best thing they can do, is figure out a way to safeguard people's investment, because you know, like I've been very fortunate. I've got a lot of my tables for review, but like when I first got my AtGames Legends Pinball, I forked out $500 rebuying all my tables.
Yeah, man.
That's an investment I made. So I want to be sure that if anything ever happens, I can still access my game. So there's got to be some way to do that.
Yeah, that's what kind of tipped me over the edge. Is there was some number that was on the box I was supposed to remember to type in, and if I didn't type it in, I couldn't get into my AtGames. I mean, it was like locked up for a few days. I was like, I couldn't even play it or nothing. I was waiting for them to get back with me, and I was like, this is nuts that they could just yank everything over.
And
something
you bought that off the showroom floor, right?
Yeah. That's what the other thing was. They're like, oh yeah, give us that number. I'm like, I don't have that number. I bought it off the showroom floor, so I don't really know what number you're talking about. So and then they told me to access the machine to find the number, and I'm like, I can't.
I can't. I'm locked out, you bastards.
like, I need you to tell me what it is so I can do it. Like, yeah. So it was.
Yeah, I think if you buy a table, so I've got the included games, I got the included tables. I bought a bunch, maybe 20 tables. I want to take those offline. That way, if something happens, I still have them. But what I'm experiencing now is obviously, like Carl's talking about, the constant login. But then if I'm not logged in, and I've tried this experiment several times, and I go to the tables that I've taken offline, if I try to go offline, go to that mode, it prompts me to log in before I can access what I've taken offline. And it makes no sense, because I've already, to your point, Mike, I've made the investment. I bought those tables. And if the power goes out or whatever, or if I decide I don't want internet in my house anymore, how am I going to play those games? And it's just, it's silly. It's probably something, to your point, they can update or they can change, and it will be a loophole or whatever. They could make that accessible to people that have paid the money for the tables. That's why I haven't bought any more tables, because I feel like I don't really own them. It's worse than downloading a movie or something. I don't feel like I own that content at all. I mean, I know we're just buying a license, but damn, you know.
No, AtGames has an ownership issue, and that's the way they are with their forums. That's the way with their products. That they have this strong need to
Control
of
Yeah.
it, and
Yeah.
you don't control it even if you bought it, and that's an issue. It's always been an issue.
Yeah, like you know, people are saying what you have to do is when you take your machine into offline mode and you want your games offline, then you need to turn off your network. No, I should not have to do anything. I should still be able to get the advantages of the leaderboards, all that stuff, without having my ability to play my fucking games at risk.
Right.
And even I understand no leaderboards. Okay. I just want access to the table. I just want to be able to play it myself, but I don't even have that level of access. And to me, that's just, it's inexcusable.
Yeah, and then whenever I sold mine too, that you do go through that process of putting them on the table, and it was a good 3 weeks that the guy who bought it from me, thank goodness he was a good sport about it, because he got it and he didn't have the tables yet, and it took about 3 weeks for them to finally put the tables on that table so you could have them. It was nuts. It was nuts.
Hey, Tommy, what's going on, buddy?
I gotta unmute.
Still muted. Oh, there it is.
Go ahead.
There
Yeah,
it
you're
is.
still muted.
No,
Can't hear you. Tommy just needed his dad, guys. Come on.
Can you hear me now?
Gotcha.
Yes.
Gotcha, buddy.
Yeah, sorry about this, guys. My son just woke up, so we're gonna have to cut it short. And Gallagher gotta go do his show anyways. So, Carol, do you want to take us out of here, buddy?
Hey, absolutely, man. Hey, guys, thank you for being a guest host today, man. We appreciate you. Wonderful job, great topics, good input. We appreciate you. For those in the chat, man, thank you for chiming in, contributing. As always, we appreciate you. We love you. And until next time, we'll see you on the web.
Later, peoples. I gotta find out where it is. There it is.
Hit the button. It's over there.
Fox, somehow it's just me and you. I don't know how everybody else. Gallagher guy bailed
because they're
Detroit
horrible people.
Come back here, Carol. Why'd you?
There we go.
Man? What's going on?
It's the after show.
It's the after show. Everybody paid $7.99 for this.
They better have. Check those receipts, Mike.